Jeep's 2026 Gladiator just landed with a series of updates, but instead of delight, they have fired up a controversy so big that the Gladiator community seems more divided than ever. Let's check them out. Number 6. The 4xe hybrid gets cancelled. The first controversy isn't about what Jeep added, it's about what they took away. The Gladiator 4xe plug-in hybrid, officially announced last year, has been completely cancelled. Former Jeep CEO Antonio Filosa positioned this as the biggest upgrade in Gladiator history, and now it's gone before a single unit rolled off the production line. Here's what buyers are missing. The cancelled 4xe was going to feature a 2-liter turbocharged Hurricane 4-cylinder paired with electric motors, delivering a combined 375 horsepower and 470 pound-feet of torque. Picture yourself on a technical rock-crawling trail where precise throttle control makes the difference between conquering an obstacle and sliding backward. This setup was going to offer up to 31 miles of electric-only range and hit 74.5 miles per hour on battery power alone. The instant torque from electric motors would have provided the kind of low-speed control that makes navigating boulder fields feel effortless. Silent electric operation meant early morning departures from campsites without waking fellow adventurers. The cancellation came as part of Stellantis backing away from aggressive electrification plans. Internal memos cited reassessing product strategy amid changing customer preferences. The decision leaves Jeep without an electrified option in a segment where rivals are rolling out hybrid alternatives. Some traditional Jeep fans are celebrating, arguing the Gladiator should stay pure with conventional powertrains. Others are frustrated, pointing out that the 4xe would have been the most powerful and most fuel-efficient Gladiator ever made, a combination that's hard to argue against. So the hybrid's gone, but Jeep didn't leave enthusiasts empty-handed. They've got something else brewing that's causing even bigger arguments. Number 5. The Hemi V8 is coming. Now, for the change getting the most attention. Jeep CEO Bob Broderdorf officially confirmed that the 6.4-liter Hemi V8 will be offered in the Gladiator. This is the announcement enthusiasts have been waiting for since the truck launched, but the execution is sparking major controversy. The 392 Hemi will pump out 485 horsepower and 480 pound-feet of torque, making the Gladiator the only midsize pickup with a V8 option. That's 185 additional horses over the current V6, transforming this truck into a legitimate performance machine. The same engine already powers the Wrangler Rubicon 392, so the engineering work is largely complete. But here's the problem. This V8 variant is going to cost a fortune. That puts it beyond reach for most buyers, meaning the majority will still end up with the aging 3.6-liter V6 producing 285 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. This creates a bigger question dividing the fan base. Should Jeep have focused on the cancelled hybrid instead? That powertrain would have offered similar power to the V8 while delivering vastly better fuel economy. Or perhaps Jeep should have introduced a modern turbocharged 4-cylinder option, something more affordable than the V8, but more efficient than the V6. The V8 announcement feels like Jeep choosing traditional muscle over modern efficiency, and not everyone agrees with that direction. The powertrain controversy is heating up, but at least Jeep updated the styling to keep things fresh, right? Well, not exactly. Number 4. Minimal styling updates. The exterior changes for 2026 are so subtle they're almost invisible, and that's precisely what has some buyers frustrated. Jeep's design team focused on practical improvements rather than visual drama. The biggest functional update is a new tool-free door hinge system that simplifies removing the doors. Also, color options receive the most attention. Goldilocks Metallic and the return of Rain Purple join the palette, while Juice gets discontinued. The Goldilocks Metallic offers a sophisticated finish, while Rain's return satisfies demand for distinctive choices. Inside the cabin, updates are essentially non-existent. The 12.3-inch Uconnect 5 touchscreen carries over on higher trim levels. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto continue, along with integrated off-road trail guides. LED lighting systems remain standard on Willys and higher trims with no changes. Here's why this is controversial. Rivals are getting fresher. The redesigned Toyota Tacoma brings a completely new interior. The Ford Ranger recently updated with improved materials. Meanwhile, the Gladiator's interior is entering its 7th year with virtually no evolution. The debate centers on whether Jeep is showing restraint or laziness with these minimal changes. But minimal styling updates might be easier to accept if Jeep at least loaded the truck with more features, which brings us to the next point of contention. Number 3. Standard equipment gets slight upgrades. Jeep made some refinements to standard equipment, but the community is split on whether these changes are meaningful or merely window dressing. Power locks and power windows are now standard on the base sport trim, addressing previous criticism about the entry-level model feeling too basic. These are features that should have been standard years ago, yet Jeep is treating them as noteworthy additions for 2026. Off-road equipment remains unchanged but continues to separate the Gladiator from competitors. When you're deep in the backcountry and need to check your tire placement on a blind obstacle, the TrailCam off-road camera system becomes essential. The 31.5-inch water fording capability maintains the truck's position as the most capable off-road pickup in its class. The controversy stems from expectations versus reality. Many fans expected Jeep to add advanced driver assistance systems as standard or include heated seats across more trim levels. Instead, they got power windows on the base model, a feature most rivals included decades ago. Speaking of pricing, there's one market where Jeep actually made a move that has everyone talking, just not the market most buyers care about. Number 2. Canadian pricing drops dramatically. Here's a change that sounds unequivocally positive, except it only applies to one country, and that's fueling resentment south of the border. Stellantis implemented massive pricing reductions for the Canadian market, with cuts up to 11,400 Canadian dollars across trim levels. The Sport S trim now starts at 49,995 Canadian dollars, down from 63,190 Canadian dollars. That's a staggering reduction, making the Gladiator significantly more accessible to Canadian buyers. The Willys drops to 54,995 Canadian dollars, while Mojave and Rubicon trims sit at 64,995 Canadian dollars. But here's the problem. US pricing remains largely unchanged, starting around 39,995 American dollars. American buyers are watching their northern neighbors get massive discounts while they pay full freight. The question everyone's asking is simple. Why didn't the same price cuts happen in the United States? US buyers aren't buying the explanation, they're seeing it as unfair treatment, especially when both markets face the same competitive pressures from Toyota, GM, and Ford. The pricing debate is intense, but there's one issue that overshadows everything else, a limitation that's been frustrating buyers since day one and shows no signs of changing. Number 1. Still only one configuration available. The biggest controversy for 2026 isn't about what changed, it's about what stayed exactly the same. Jeep has done absolutely nothing to increase configuration options, and this limitation is firing the most heated debates in the Gladiator community. Crew cab with a short bed remains the only body style on offer. Yes, there are various trim levels and appearance packages, but the fundamental truck configuration hasn't expanded since launch. Want an extended cab with a longer bed for better utility? Not available. Want a regular cab for maximum bed length? Doesn't exist. Imagine you're a contractor who needs to haul full sheets of plywood or 10-foot lengths of lumber on a regular basis. The 5-foot bed is too short for these applications, forcing you to either leave the tailgate down or choose a different truck entirely. Meanwhile, competitors offer multiple configurations that cater to different needs. The Ford Ranger offers both extended cab and crew cab configurations. The Toyota Tacoma provides access cab and double cab options with varying bed lengths. The Gladiator stands alone in offering zero configuration flexibility. Jeep's argument centers on the removable doors, roof panels, and windshield, features that require significant engineering for each configuration. The company made a calculated decision to focus on one configuration done exceptionally well rather than spreading resources across multiple variants. But buyers aren't accepting this reasoning. They argue that charging premium prices demands premium choices. When a loaded Gladiator pushes past $65,000, customers expect more than a single body style. The debate ultimately comes down to priorities. Is the Gladiator primarily a Wrangler with a bed, or is it a legitimate pickup truck? Jeep seems to have answered that question by prioritizing Wrangler-like versatility over traditional truck practicality. The 2026 Jeep Gladiator reveals a company caught between tradition and innovation, making calculated bets on where the market is heading. The cancelled hybrid eliminates the most significant planned upgrade, while the confirmed but delayed V8 suggests Stellantis is banking on traditional performance over modern efficiency. Canadian buyers celebrate massive price cuts, while Americans question why they're left out, and the single crew cab configuration continues to limit the truck's versatility despite premium pricing. Whether these controversial decisions represent smart resource allocation or missed opportunities depends entirely on your priorities. One thing's certain, the debates around the 2026 Gladiator won't be settling down anytime soon. Once you check out our video that explains all trim levels in the 2026 Toyota Tacoma, you'll understand the limitations of Gladiator's lack of configuration options. But if you think bed length is the only thing that makes the difference, wait to see other aspects in which Tacoma excels. Impressive trim level lineup, excellent hybrid powertrain, and loads of different adventure-ready variants make this Toyota a natural choice in the mid-size truck segment.